9/11 was a gut punch for every American. But for you, Howard, it was nothing short of apocalyptic. Can you please describe that morning for us?
So I took my youngest son, he was 3, to his, dropped him off at nursery school. And then I took my next son, my oldest son was 5, to his first day at kindergarten. Right? And his kindergarten's on 90th Street. So I have a picture of me. He's got a little wet hair. He's wearing a little backpack. And then when you took a photograph, they would put the time on the lower right-hand corner in like an LED little orange thing. Like, I'm so old, all these people listening to this thinking like, what? Anyway, so I have a picture of me with my son in front of the school at 8:46. Plane hits the building 8:48. Okay, so I walk upstairs. I got a flip phone. Phone keeps ringing, no one on the other side. And I'm mad at the phone. I'm thinking, can't they just leave me alone and take my kid to his first day of school? Why is someone always got to call me? It was my brother trying to get me. He was in the building. He spoke to my sister. So an administrator comes and says, Mr. Lutnick, planes hit the building, and they're looking for you. So I tell my wife, who's next to me, she goes, I'll go with you. I go, no, you stay. I'm going to go downtown. I thought it was like some Piper Cub, some moron flew really close to the building, clipped his wing, something like that, something stupid. You remember, I didn't see it on TV. I didn't hear anything. That's all I got. So I get in the car and got a retired police officer as my driver. And I said, let's just head to Fifth Avenue because I work down at the Trade Center, so I know it's cold, and I know the soonest place you can see the building is on Fifth Avenue because you can see it right down, all the way down. And so I go to Fifth Avenue and I see the radio's on and they're saying a big plane at the building, and you can see the smoke coming up. Right, so that's bad. And then we see the building, and it's top of the building's on fire, and it's our building on fire, right? The one with the big antenna. And my driver starts crying. And I'm like, look, Jimmy, we got to get there. We just got to get there. So we're driving to the building, and everybody's running away, and we're driving there. So I get out of the car, and I run to the door of the building on this side of the street, on the sort of next to DC Street. And I'm grabbing people. There was a Borders Books for Barnes and Noble, like that bookstore right there. So I'm grabbing people as I come out that door, trying to find someone from my firm. And we were on 101 to 105. 106 is a catering hall. 107 is windows in the world. I got the greatest office in the world. Okay, really postcard view from every window. My office or the Statue of Liberty's armpit. You can see her holding it up. Like, you can see everything. And I'm grabbing people because I know there's 20 doors. And if they come out of this door, they're coming out of every door. I just need to hear one person come out of my floor, and I know they're streaming out everywhere. But the highest floor I get to is the 92nd floor. And I'm just grabbing people as they come out. And then, I have no idea what's going on. You realize I've never seen it. I didn't see a video of it. I just see the flames going. Both buildings are on fire now. I have no idea what's going on. Okay. And then I hear the loudest sound I've ever heard in my life. Now, I'm sitting there in a suit and tie, shoes on. I hear the loudest sound I've ever heard in my life. So I start running. I don't know what I'm running from, but I just start running. And I think maybe another plane's going to hit the building. I have no idea what's going on, but I hear this noise so loud. So I run this way. I run to my right. If I run to my left, I run into the other World Trade Centers collapsing. I run that way, I die. I run that way, I die. I run this way. Okay? And I'm running. And I'm running hard. And I'm just running. I don't know what I'm running from. And I look over my shoulder, and there's a tornado chasing me. You've seen that big black cloud just rolling. So that big black cloud is just running after me. So I'm running. I'm in New York on a sunny Tuesday, and I'm running my ass off from a tornado. And I have no idea what's going on. All of a sudden I was just, jumped into some horror movie. So I dive under a car, and I mean dive, like full out dive under a car, hold my head, and this black tornado goes whoosh over me. And then it's black, and it's silent. And I'm just holding my breath. Now, I'm not smart enough to pick up my shirt and put it over or something. I don't know. I'm just holding my breath under the car. Then I go, and you feel like it's like breathing pea soup. Like it's thick and it's got crap in it and everything. So I know, okay, don't breathe. Hold your breath, hold your breath, hold your breath. And I'm like, am I dead? I mean, it's black and silent. So I take my fingers, I go, wah, and I stab myself in the eye. And I'm like, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not dead. I'm blind. And I'm deaf. Because it's silent. The world is silent. So I'm like, all right, but I'm alive. So I get up, but I'm hiding under a car. Smash the living heck out of my head. Unbelievable. Smash it. And I feel I'm like bleeding down my face now. Okay? So I'm like, oh, I'm under a car. So I climb out and I get up and it's black. So I start to run in the black. So you know what happens next, right? I run into a parked car. I just run, boom! I go flying over some parked car. So now I'm bleeding down my face. I'm covered in soot and black, and I'm limping. Like I'm just brutalized. And I just walk uptown. And I walk till people are clean. There's color and people are clean. So there's a payphone and there's a line at the payphone. So I walk up to the front of the line. Some woman's talking on the phone. I take the phone from her and I hang it up. She turns around, starts cursing at me. Then she looks at me. She sees a ghost because I'm bleeding and covered in soot and stuff. She just walks away. And I call my wife, tell her I'm alive. It's like an hour and a half later, 2 hours later. And I heard that sound from my wife because she knew I was going in that building. Because remember, these are all my friends. And I'm going in that building. And she knew I was going. And then I'm alive. And she tells me, I'll tell you one more story about this. She tells me my general counsel, my lawyer, my favorite partner, is alive. And he's home. So he lives in the village, Greenwich Village. I'm like, all right. So I walk up there. So I walk to his apartment. Let's say it takes 45 minutes to walk to his apartment. I ring his bell. He opens the door. He's covered in blood, head to toe. He's in his apartment hours after the attack, and he's covered in blood. And he's so in shock, he's not like washing his face. Like he's out of it. So I'm like, you're right. I grab him. I go, you're right. He goes, yeah, I'm okay. I go, whose blood is it? He goes, I don't know. He was in the elevator of the World Trade Center. So they had these elevators. They go up to 78, real big and fast, and then you switch floors to the next set. He was in that elevator when the plane hit. So elevators don't crash. They rappel down mechanically. They have like brakes come on, and they just slowly go down, and then the doors jack open, and he went running out of the elevator. So think about this. The plane hits the building. The gas from the plane goes down the elevator shafts. So it finds the elevator shaft that goes to windows on the world. The gas goes all the way down to the lobby and explodes. Boom! Fireball in the lobby. Burns a couple of my employees, kills one of my employees, burns another one of my beautiful employees, 70% of her body. And the fireball, so he's running out of the elevator. Fireball goes by. Huge amounts of broken glass. He steps out covered with blood. He stepped between the broken glass and the blood. Got splattered with the blood. has no idea whose it is. And he's in his apartment, standing there, not washing his face, not changing his clothes, because he's just in shock. And then I see what happened on the television. And then I leave his apartment. I stand in the middle of the road. I flag down a car that's going uptown. Remember, I'm now I've washed my eyes, but otherwise I look like I was flushed down a chimney and stopped the bleeding, but I'm covered in whatever. I asked the guy to drive me uptown. Guy drives me uptown. I go see my best friend Doug's widow, Jennifer, because I knew he was in the building and I know he's dead. Because I almost died and I was outside. So I know there's no chance that these guys are alive. And I go see her, and I want her to see me covered so she could understand. And I hug her and tell her he's gone. And I hug Jennifer, and then I walk home. And I see my wife.
You said your brother tried to call, but he got a hold of your sister. What was his message? I mean, he was in the building, right?
Yeah, so he gets my sister on the phone. She's like, "Oh, thank God, Gary, you're not there." He goes, "Oh, I am there, and I'm calling to say goodbye. There's no way out, and I'm going to die. And I just want to say goodbye. I tried to call Howard, I can't get through. Just tell him I love him. I love you. I'm sorry." And